Hello and welcome to another rewatch. Not a blind reaction, but a rewatch of an episode of genLock I already watched, but did not record my first impression. Again, sorry for that. But yeah, we are in episode 6, the only me I know. And boy, that was a great episode. In that episode, I really regretted that I did not record my reaction to it, but and also not to 7, but 7 was a little bit more okay. But after that, I really had to record at least my reaction for the final episode. But we will now watch episode 6. If you watch this, you probably already watched it, so you know that we are going to witness supposedly destruction of the anvil, the vanguard. And we're gonna watch a first time, it's the first time man meta-minded pair of genlocks fighting together at full force. I mean, Kemi and did already meta-mind in the previous episode, but that was more for okay, we share vision, so that know where she has to shoot to hit Nemesis. But yeah, we'll jump right into it, and this time I will actually show you the intro, something I normally don't do. But yeah, if you watch this, you probably already know why I do it for this episode. But we will see it when it comes up. So let's get into it. I really have to say, I watched my reaction to the first episode and my reaction to this, and I really have to say, it doesn't show very well, but I really like this intro. I think it has a great tune to it. I think it is actually very well inscenated, and yeah, I just like the flow and the energy that comes from it. And I also not actually get that blind. That's a voice actor from Sinclair is at this point not anymore in it. I don't know at which point he gets actually scratched out, but yeah, at this point he is already gone in the intro. Yeah, I must say, this is actually my favorite part. This where he just catches a drone out of the air and jumps off of him. And now the part that is important in this, here. And here I already lost my mind to this episode. I must say, that is real great. I like it when shows actually change their intros to match the how to say, yeah, to match what's happening in the show.
Now be a good time to try one of those opening lines.
Probably not. No.
Okay, maybe not. I know things look pretty messed up, but I wanted to check in.
How many of you are there?
I'm the only me I know.
Only you. And the other mech that talked like you, with your moves. Showed up out of nowhere, just like only you.
I promise you, I'm gonna find out what's up.
I know, it looks bad.
We good?
Are we? How am I supposed to know what we are if I don't even know what you are?
Miranda.
If that thing that just attacked us is also you, then which one of you is my Chase? Both? Neither? Or did my Chase die 4 years ago?
I have to say, it's a bit harsh. I mean, I get that's actually a very unusual situation, but still, it's a bit harsh. Also, wasn't the doctor with them at this point? where it's actually only Caliban who was operating the genLock
The whole
system.
time. What if he's been lying to us the whole time?
You and I owe Dr. Weller much. The benefit of the doubt at the very least.
Abel, location of Dr. Weller.
Dr. Weller is on the east observation deck.
And Henry.
Where are they taking them?
Debrief, presumably. Then wherever home is for them.
Hey, GL. We're gonna do a review. Dissect your mission performance.
You're relentless.
お前らどうかしてるぜ、俺たち戦いに勝ったんだ。そんなことより乾杯だろ。
What, you want a party? Is that how the world works?
That is such a great moment.
Banner with your names on it, throws a little confetti.
That was actually be nice.
Just be at North Common in an hour.
I like this part. Just because how it adds to the general mood of bitterness in that moment, and it's still
You ever wonder why
such a great moment if you watch it again.
I figured out why the Colonel made me that offer.
Pardon?
To transfer back to the Vanguard, and why you started crunching on the new toys. Both of you knew what this thing might be, and neither one of you told us what was up.
Might
Best
be.
not to raise alarm until we knew for certain.
Better for who? It's GL Tech, isn't it?
Yes. At its core is likely one of our brains.
You're really gonna make me ask? Who's running on it, Doc?
There
You
is a
know
very
who.
good chance that it is you in there, Julian. Another instance of you. Your nemesis.
Also, I have to say, just say you were Nemesis is very theatralic.
I never said I couldn't. Or didn't. We started backing you up the instant the gen.
That was actually something I was wondering when he said, it's not like I'm making copies. I was like, okay, but why aren't you making copies? If it's actually digital, shouldn't it be easy to copy?
One of the most valuable members of the Vanguard.
But at the same time, I'm actually asking myself why. Yeah, well, that's a different side. Why they actually have to upload and download, and why is what's the problem with having the actually brain running and at the same time have a copy of them uploaded into a cyber brain?
You clung to life with ferocity. And you took the deal.
Well,
Worked in secret while we got genLock.
you took the deal. What was the option? To die? I mean, it's probably something he really liked. Oh, Caliban, and then oh, was that the making of Caliban? Yeah, running around in a mech was probably a good option for him.
And then it was time to learn how to walk.
But this montage is such a beautiful piece of art.
At the beginning, we had precisely 2 of the brains.
Pleasant
By the time
half.
we uploaded you to one, we shunted a copy to the other. You were ready for missions much earlier than anticipated.
Also, it's interesting that this version of the Holon is actually more slick and lighter.
Your successes were incredibly
I
encouraging.
was wondering if that is maybe
Colonel's
an
interest in genLock reached a
consequence of the incident, that you now have actually this bulky armor, which probably more defense.
They were waiting. Threw everything they had into capturing you.
That they actually said, okay, we need more armor, we need to protect them better.
We had your body.
Well, what is the copy actually? Isn't the other brain also a copy?
Restored your backup. Made you whole again. The practice of copying ended, and the genLock program continued.
You told me that mission was scrubbed.
But we
I
had
also
enough
would
of
say,
it, and the system was offline for a couple of
was
hours.
copying really
before
something
we
that
could
had to
restore
stop?
You lied.
But I think that's a very complex ethic questions.
I lied.
Because
All crews, defensive
just
battle
because you
stations.
don't make any
All
copies
crews,
doesn't mean
defensive
the
battle stations.
Union can't catch
What is that?
Holon and catch you.
Karma.
And that's also very unfair. This karma line, I have to say. You are just grumpy now.
Union Behemoth has dropped quantum cloak. Distance 2 clicks.
Scramble alert fighters.
2 clicks are probably 2 kilometers.
Colonel, Union is broadcasting in clear. They're including a Vanguard ident code.
Continue deploying defensives.
Ma'am, the code is Lieutenant Chase's.
Start the channel.
Colonel. Hello.
Who am I addressing?
Who would you like it to be?
He is really done for.
What did they do to you?
Why am I still here? Why do I hear new voices in my head?
Status of the hammer system.
Stage 3 test fire can be available in approximately 10 minutes.
Proceed.
You have to know we tried to find you.
You lost your chance, and now there's no choice. Kill the copy.
There is always a choice. Whatever
I
they've said to
mean,
you, done to you.
Kill the copy.
Julian, please return to us.
you can't tell me that that's actually a complete mind in there.
Fix me. What out? The Union.
Julian, they cannot promise you a return to your body. It will not work that way.
I mean,
But maybe we can find
Oh.
an alternative.
What out?
I mean, a lot of the things he say don't give really make really sense. That's just like he
I can help with that.
rearrange phrases, and I mean, he can think. He is actually, as you can see, pretty much able to make decisions and things like that, especially for combat, but to say it's actually still a human mind, I think that would be overrating it.
Look!
Persian boy.
Into the pods, now!
As soon as we're up on the other side, hook right. We gotta make it to zone 3 fast as possible.
Get ready to run. Miranda, you copy that?
Miranda.
Miranda!
Yeah, let's go.
Get down! Watch your head!
Yeah. I really like that system. That's just so cool. Let the battle begin. And Kazu, just with bare fists. Although I have to say, Cabby is really has done a big step forward in this sequence. I mean, you have already seen the improvements in the last battle, but here in the open field, that's really She's doing really great. And I have to say, the wings make him really a big asset. Did the Behemoth actually protect the Nemesis against missiles? And Miranda. That's her signature move, or isn't it? Oh, I have to say. Oh. Oh, his arm had more armor at one point. And yeah. That sequence is so great. As a signature knife throw from Valentina. Or Val. In this case, I think.
Chase, we should try to fight him together.
What's stopping you?
No, I mean really together.
Let's not do this now.
Ah, poor Jazz. It actually took until episode 8 until somebody was going to meta mind reserve. That's really sad, I have to say.
Intruder alert. Exterior breaches on levels 20 through 25.
Security, repel the intruders. Seal all blast doors.
You can certainly try.
All stations, Union troops have entered the base. Repeat, Union troops have entered the base.
Weller, we're breached. Their main contingent is headed your way.
We shouldn't be a burden much longer. I'd like to request an extended use of one of your transports.
Understood. Let us know when you're on the move.
genLock team, get your holons back to your transport and prepare for download.
What? We're nowhere near uptime.
You're in danger, do you hear?
そんなことは言われなくても分かってるさ。
Doctor, what's wrong?
Now, Yazaman! There are enemies in the base. Your bodies are in danger.
How they are running at hearing that.
He doesn't mean me. My body can't run, Yaz.
Well, he's not wrong. Oh yeah, he's going for his body. Or he's trying at least. Well, goodbye drone.
Are the holons secure?
We're loaded up.
What the hell's happening?
No time. They're coming for you. Get ready to run. Kazu, that seems about your speed. Take it. Valentina energy rifle there.
I think it's a shield that it gave Kazu.
Time to fly.
Wasn't it?
bird. Look after your
Oh, man.
teammates.
You are coming with us.
I'll join you when I can.
The scene
Taliban,
gets me every
their
time.
side. Omega protocols applied. Acknowledge.
Are you fucking kidding me?
You'll hear from me.
You took your pet!
After each other till then. Go. Go.
You're Robopet, I have to say. Like Caliban simply doesn't give a F.
I recommend you back away from the lift now. We won't be following them.
You're here for the genLock technology? You can't have my kit. But I have something new right here. Take it.
How do the soldiers at his back do not see that and be like, ooh, he has something in his hand which is trying to hide? That might be not good. But yeah. That episode is actually...
Close enough. We can cut over to the central lift.
I mean, it has only been 6 episodes at this point.
How many? Enough to fuck us.
But it's really...
In here.
It feels really devastating seeing those people die. And that's actually fucking genius.
What the hell just happened?
I used MR to hide the door. I didn't know if it would work on their system, but... oh no.
Well, here comes the banner with the names. And I pause it quickly here. I just want to say I think it's really... I really hope they're using these names in the future a little bit more. At this point, I think the only one who has been called or is actually using at least his call sign is Chase at the end of this episode when he's calling for Miranda and the Anvil. He's actually using Chaser as his name, which is possible his old call sign from his pilot days, because I mean he doesn't see this banner, and I think he had to have a call sign when he was a pilot, but I just can't remember if that was on his placard, yeah, and this memorial thing, so there was a call sign listed. Also, I want to point out, my favorite character, yes, has actually also the coolest call sign, I have to say. Huma is an Arabic or Persian mythology is a mythology creature, a bird-like creature. It's a little bit related to Phoenix, but not in this raising from the ash kind of thing. It's described as a heavenly bird that always flies above the earth and never touches the ground, which is also already cool. But it's also said that a human bird is such a beautiful sight that you could never anticipate the luck you would have to actually see one in person, and the closest you might get if you're really lucky is to see the shadow of one, and I have to say that is so awesome as a call sign. I think it's also what her necklace is representing. And yeah, the others, Shogun, I mean for Kazu, he actually becomes the Robo Shogun. Tricks for Kemi is very matching, and Wraith is also cool. Also, I think a little bit, yeah. The others are actually, I think, a little bit generic. Like I said, okay, the Japanese character is a shogun, and the trickster is Tricks, and Chase is the chaser, and yeah, Wraith is maybe not a bit of the better, but like I said, I really like Yuma. That's so cool. But yeah, onward. Well.
We'll thank them if we get through this. Here we go!
I like how Caliban is just running them over. Yeah, is that actually a kind of a shield for his arm? Or maybe it's a magnetic thing who catches the bullets. That could be. And of course, her pet. But I have to say, Valentina is actually the MVP here. Killing 3 with one shot, then another directly being at the side next to them, and then the one with the knife. MVP Valentina.
Able, hammer status.
Working. Please stand by.
Hurry up!
What are you doing back here?
Because we need a lift to our transport. You're only in danger if we stay.
Vámonos.
Well, technically they probably will be still in danger even if they leave. Because if you already have the opportunity to erase a major vanguard outpost or fortress, then you probably take it. Caliban, oh man. Well, that's just a great opportunity to bait him. Was it actually Miranda? Oh. Probably not. If else, we would probably have seen them.
Can you fly it?
That's Merc.
For a Union pilot, you're not bad.
She didn't even lift off yet. Maybe wait a little bit longer until you approach the pilot. Oh yes. And that's so mean scene. Where you're like, oh no, they're gonna die. Oh, Jay saved them. And then, I think 1 minute later, still everything goes to hell. Well, and if you ask yourself, why is it where the nanotech was in this attack? Well, here it comes. It's emergency.
No, no!
Emergency measurement.
Envelopes, chaser. Come
Yeah,
in.
here, he uses chaser.
Chaser. Please, come in.
I can't remember in episode 1.
Chase, we need you.
Did he already use chaser when he was calling Tempest? Before he used the EMP? Also, I have to say, these transporters have a really great armor. Yeah, so that was episode 6. How many have dubbed it Fall of Beacon 2.0? And yeah, I have to say, in that moment it really felt like that. And you can actually draw a lot of parallels between those two. Also for the aftermath, like Ospendai. I don't want to go too deep into spoilers. But if you have watched Ruby and now I've watched this, you probably see the parallels between the two. But yeah, if you watch the other episodes, you already know what's coming next and how is this going playing out. That is not that dramatic now in hindsight, looking at this. But yeah, at this point, when I watched this, it really was really bad and sad. But yeah, actually a great episode, and also that you could actually have already this anticipation for the characters and feeling for them this way after just 6 episodes into it is, I have to say, a great achievement by Rooster Teeth. They did really a great job. And yes, with this final words, excuse me, I want to say thank you for watching and have a nice day.